And welcome back, guys. Bradley Overrated here, coming at you with the men of... What's it called? Yoshiwara, I think. Something like that. I apologize, by the way. I don't say Japanese names the best, and I fully accept that. I guess that's what happens when I speak English, right? But I saved it, and check it out now. My likability is up to 9%. Woohoo! Always an exciting thing. And yeah, I still haven't gotten laid yet. Not even close. But I'm hoping. So let's continue with the story, which I'm strangely into. Don't judge me. Alright, chapter 3, here we go. Hang on, I gotta clear my throat. Need a drink. Soda, yes.
It was about my lost articles on my first night to Yoshiwara's pleasure district. I was reunited with my beloved older brother figure, Hayato, who I want to have sweet, sweet babies with, too. I wondered if everything that had happened that night was a dream. Just as I was having those thoughts, a letter arrived. I wondered who it was from. There was no name read on it, and I couldn't tell who the sender was. I timidly opened the letter, and the writing was powerful, masculine, yet elegant.
Oh, come on, you can't possibly tell me you know what a masculine writing looks like.
It's from the person I met at Kukiya the other day. Question mark. The sender didn't name himself anywhere in the letter, but he did mention our fated meeting and how he wanted to meet again. Apparently he knew who I was. I thought it was strange that he didn't name himself. I was curious about my lost belongings, so I headed toward Yoshiwara that night. As night fell over Yoshiwara, everything turned dazzling, and it overflowed with people. I wasn't accustomed to the liveliness and hesitated. I felt a little calmer than I had the previous night. Nevertheless, seeing everything happening around me made my head spin. I tried to avoid the courtesans looking outside trying to attract customers. Before I knew it, I was running down the street toward Kikuya.
Oh, miss. Why are you so out of breath? Our courtesans aren't going anywhere. Wink, wink, blink, blink.
I stampeded into Kukiya, and Iroha looked at me. He started to giggle. Oh, I'm sorry. Realizing how shameful I was being, my cheeks flushed red, like a ripened tomato.
Think nothing of it. I'm sure the courtesan you've got your eyes on will be excited to hear how you rushed over.
I became even more embarrassed at how scared I was of the pleasure district and shut my mouth.
Who would you like tonight, Miss Sneezy?
Actually, I received a letter without a sender, and it told me to come to Kikuya.
Oh, could you show it to me?
Yes. Hiroha promptly skimmed the letter after I handed it to him. He quickly folded it and handed it back to me.
That's Hayabusa's handwriting. I swear, why didn't he just write his name?
Hayabusa?
Wait, I don't remember Hayabusa being at the banquet the other night.
As I saw Hiroha tilt his head, I felt my heart start to race. Could it be? Was it him? Right at that moment.
She's an old friend, Hiroha. I don't know who's talking. Oh, it was a guy.
His voice rang out. I looked over to see who it was. A single courtesan wearing a beautiful kimono showed up from the back. My hunch was right on the mark. Big Brother Hayato!
Big Brother?
Hiroha looked confused, so I quickly shut my mouth. I wasn't sure if I was alright to tell him about our relationship. In all the confusion, Hayato started to talk.
What's all this fun about? I don't know his voice anymore. I forgot his voice completely.
Tokira suddenly wedged himself into the conversation.
Tokira, you're supposed to be advertising yourself. Go back to the window. But Hayabusa left the window. I thought I could hear something interesting if I followed him. I never would have thought Hayabusa and Sneezy were siblings.
Huh?
Well, almost like real siblings. Wow, that's great. Wait just a second. Does that mean you two aren't actually related?
I wondered why he wouldn't just explain our relationship properly. His face was very stiff, nothing like it was the other day. Could something bad have happened?
Tokiwa, if you have enough time to interrupt people, then get back to work.
But boss!
No, I'm sorry, I don't know anymore. Tokiwa!
Iroha spoke powerfully and Tokiwa shrugged.
Sneezy. You'll have a better time with me than a serious guy like Hayabusa. Stop it, Tokiwa. Sneezy's not the kind of girl who would hang around a guy like you. A guy like me? Oh, is that it? If she likes boring, polite men, then by all means, take her.
Tokiwa snorted angrily.
Stop it this instant, Tokiwa. You're being disgraceful. Oh.
You know how raised his voice. Tokiwa's shoulders started to shake, and he let out a sigh as if he was fed up.
Okay, I'll go back. Sneezy, you can be with me anytime you want.
Unlike Hayabusa, I'll let you live all sorts of fantasies.
Oh, unlike Hayabusa, I'll let you live all sorts of fantasies.
Before he left, Tokiwa looked at me with an inviting stare.
I'll pass. He's like the one guy I don't want to sleep with, alright? Oh, that's Tokiwa. My apologies, Miss Sneezy.
No, it's fine.
Now then, Hayabusa, why did you call this young lady here tonight?
Hayato started to frown immensely. He then started to speak clearly in a bad mood.
I asked her to be my customer. Isn't that alright? If you entertain her properly as your customer, then I don't mind. Thank you very much. Hayabusa, treat her like any other guest. Yes, I understand.
Hayato slowly bowed his head. He then glanced over at me and gently took my hand.
Let's go, Sneezy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, baby! Oh! Yes! Oh! Ooh, there's a bed. Oh, this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Hayato pulled my hand and took me to a room.
Lay her down. Sorry.
It wasn't a tatami room like the one I'd been to during the banquet. It had a sweet fragrance and a quiet atmosphere to it. Hayato looked angry. His expression was stiff.
I want something else to be stiff. I'm just saying. I want to get laid.
He had been completely silent for some time now. Hayato?
Sneezy, here, my name is Hayabusa.
I wanted to break the silence somehow, but was denied as soon as I spoke. There was a prickling pain in my chest.
Which one's gonna get him warmed up to me? This one.
Hayabusa. I spoke softly.
Exactly.
He gave me a one-word reply and averted his eyes.
I pushed the wrong button. What happened? He offered me alcohol from what I could see there. I see. How many times have you been to Kikia? It's forbidden to... Oh, my bad. It's forbidden to steal another courtesan's lover in a pleasure district. So if there's someone you've already set your heart on, I'll have to pretend like nothing happened today.
Ayana, why are you acting so distant? I didn't like how defeated he sounded or how he wouldn't look me in the eye.
Oh, because he knows about the package, yes.
I held his hand tightly and made him look up at me.
Sneezy, I'm sorry, but my name is Hayabusa here.
I know that. Then Hayabusa, why won't you look into my eyes? You put all that effort into calling me over here, too. There was another short silence. Nevertheless, soon enough he gripped my hand in return.
That time, the night we'd been reunited, I'd been so happy to see you again that I'd forgotten about everything else. But after we parted, and I'd had time to think to myself, I realized that you were the last person that I wanted to meet in a place like this.
Lemons poured out of his voice and my heart clenched in pain. I might have felt the same way. I missed him so badly and was so happy to see him again. But I didn't want to come to terms with the fact that Hayato was now a courtesan. The thought of him embracing other women with these hands crossed my mind. At that moment, I unconsciously took my hand away.
Sneezy?
I'm sorry.
Do you hate me?
I could never hate you.
Did you know that I'd become a courtesan?
No, no one ever told me.
But you had a feeling, didn't you? All men born on this island are destined to.
He was right. There was no way I hadn't imagined him being a courtesan. But I ran from the truth and pretended not to think about it. Then why was Hayato showing me his reality? With his beautiful kimono and sweet scent. He was staring at me like a lovely, well-seasoned courtesan. But I don't mind, as long as you're the same old Hayato.
There's no way I could stay the same.
But you'd smiled at me that night just like you'd done when we were kids. It was broad, gentle, and warm. You'd been the same old Hayato. He slowly looked away from me. I didn't know what was going through his mind, but his face looked even more stern.
Thanks, Sneezy.
Huh? When he glanced back at me, his eyes were warm and gentle, just like when we were kids.
Maybe I can return to my old self when I'm around you. It's enough to make me want to see you every night.
Oh! He wrapped his big, gentle hand around my cheek. As he softly caressed my cheek, I felt so relieved that I was about to cry.
But you already belong to someone else, don't you?
Huh?
Which of Kikuya's courtesans is it? It doesn't look like you're Tokiwa's.
Wait, Hayato! I don't belong to anyone. The day we'd met at Inari Shrine was the first time I'd been here. Not to mention I'd come to Kikuya for my mom, and they'd suddenly thrown me a banquet.
Is that really what had happened?
Hayato brushed my hair and looked at me deep into my eyes. To make sure that I wasn't lying, his stare didn't falter at all. Yes, I'd met Tokiwa that time too, but we hadn't done anything else.
Thank goodness for that. Really?
Why are you so skeptical? I was even scared just walking here tonight.
Sneezy. That freaking name.
Huh?
Oh, yes, yes, yes!
In that moment he pulled me by my hips and back of my head to hug me.
Oh, yeah, that's a good embrace. Look at that embrace. Embrace the embrace, guys. Embrace it.
I was so surprised that I stopped breathing. My body was frozen solid inside of his arms.
Yeah, how should I put it? Ever since that day, I've been imagining that small girl who'd been attached to me coming here to see another man. I couldn't get rid of that thought, and I slowly secluded myself. That was why I'd been so against seeing you again while I was a courtesan. But I kept contradicting myself and even sent you that letter. You can laugh at me, Sneezy. I've become such a pathetic man.
I could never laugh at you. You've been thinking about me so much.
Yeah, that's just like you to say that. Thanks.
He started to hug me more tightly.
I decided not to see you again until my contract was up, but Now that we've been reunited, I don't think I can handle that. Sorry, Sneezy.
Why are you apologizing? He loosened his arms. I looked up at his face as he hugged me lightly in his arms.
Can you forgive me for wanting to check if you were still pure? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, yes.
Huh? Pure? I wasn't used to hearing that word and thought to myself for a moment. When I figured it out, my face flushed red. I'm still a virgin! I'm still a virgin!
That needs to change. I need to lose my virginity, and I need to lose it now! Come on! Let's make a baby!
What are you saying?
Oh, back to the bed. Bed shot.
I was so embarrassed that I escaped his arms and turned away from him.
But I'm so glad that no one has tainted your flower.
You really have changed after all. In the past, you wouldn't have said such an embarrassing thing. Hayato started to chuckle as he saw how annoyed I was. He looked so innocent when he smiled. The atmosphere was no longer silent and unsociable. It was completely different now.
That part of you hasn't changed one bit. You always get mad when I tease you, and your face gets so pink.
All of that is your fault.
Isn't that just how you are? Don't you act like this in front of the other courtesans?
No, I don't know.
Well, I guess that's true. You're better off not knowing.
He patted my head and gently caressed it.
Caress something else! Just say it.
The awkward frozen mood was gone now, and the room was filled with warmth. Seeing Hayato genuinely smile made me so happy and tugged at my heartstrings.
Oh, that's right.
He suddenly stood up as if he remembered something. What is it?
That night, after I escorted you to the front gate, I'd gone back to the Inari Shrine and... This is yours, isn't it?
Oh! From the depths of the room, Hayato brought out the things I'd lost. I was certain I'd lost the eloping couple's belongings completely.
Thank you, Hayato. No, I'm just glad that I found them. But I did look through the stuff a little bit. How did you get enough money for all of this stuff?
Oh, well, I hesitated to answer. I wasn't sure if I could tell him that I'd helped that couple run off. Hayato wasn't the type of person to gossip about these types of things, but I was worried he might be blamed for the incident as well. After contemplating about it, I finally decided to... What?!
That's where you're gonna end this chapter? Oh, come on, man. Alright. That's it, guys. Holy crap, almost 20 minutes has passed. Oh, this game. Oh, I am still a beautiful virgin, and my flower has not been tainted. Glad to know that my flower is still pure. Sneezy anuses. Flower might be pure, but I'm not quite sure about her anus. I'm sorry. No, alright, so thank you so much for watching this. I'm Bradley Overrated. Oh, wow. This game. There's so many cliches at the same time. It's like, am I gonna get laid? Am I gonna get laid? Am I gonna get laid? I just want to get laid, guys. That's all. I just want her to spread her wings and fly. Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. We'll continue with Chapter 4 on the next one. Have a good day, guys.